my name's Will Norris and I am the owner of the Barley Mow pub in Marylebone. This pub has been here since 1791. It is the oldest pub in the area and certainly the oldest surviving pub in the area. I originally trained as an actor and came to work here in 2012 where a friend of mine from drama school was the then manager and I needed a job, just got married, so I came to work here and I have not left. I managed to buy the pub off my predecessors in 2021 and have been the owner ever since. So my typical day would be sort of coming in for about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I would do orders, admin, wages, anything that sort of, you can get out of the way before the rest of the staff get in. And then every day is different. It's a myriad of different things, from organising the various events that we do here to speaking to suppliers to trying to broker better deals with suppliers. I also work behind the bar. I don't just leave that to the staff. We have a darts league that I run. We have a quiz that we have to kick people out. It's so busy, so I host that every week. So it's just there's something different every day. No day is the same. So I think obviously coming out of COVID, that was in itself a huge strain on the industry. But I think the biggest challenge that I face, and it's something I've talked to other landlords and managers about, is the cost of everything and the rise in inflation and the rise in the product that we're buying, which then has to have a knock-on effect to our customers. I think the biggest trend that is kicking off or taking off would be the non-alcoholic drinks market, but specifically non-alcoholic draft beer. I think lots of people want to come to the pub, they want to get that feeling of being in a boozer and having a pint in their hand, but not having the calories or the alcohol that goes with it. So I think that's probably the biggest trend, that and vaping. One of the great things about a pub like this is that it is in and of itself, it's a proper old-fashioned boozer. You don't get many of these anymore. They're changed into gastropubs or wine bars or cocktail bars, and so we don't necessarily follow the industry's trends because we don't necessarily have to, because what people on the whole like about a pub like this is they like the fact that it is old-fashioned. They like the fact that it is what it is. It's not trying to be anything else, and I hate to use that word, but it's authentic. It's an authentic pub. That said, you've obviously always got to keep your clientele interested, which is again one of these reasons why we do events here. We have a very, very popular pub quiz that nearly died during COVID, and then because everyone who works here is an actor or a musician of some sort, so we have lots of people who have a Rolodex with the odd person in it. We have a round in the quiz where we get a celebrity, for want of a better expression, to ask a question to the crowd, and we managed to get Judi Dench to do the first one, and so from then it's pretty hard to say no if Judi Dench has done it. So that's this quiz has just evolved and got bigger and bigger, and like I said, it's not an exaggeration that we have to kick people out on a Tuesday evening. I think the thing that would surprise people the most, it certainly surprises my family and friends, and it's not necessarily the sexiest answers, but is the amount of work that goes into running a pub. I think there is a common misconception that that anyone can do it, that you can just walk behind a bar, pull a pint, and it's the easiest thing in the world, and it's for people who are students or wanting to do other things with their life. And I think the reality is that to run a good pub, and I know not all pubs are good, but to run a good pub takes an enormous amount of effort from an enormous amount of people. And one of the things I always say to other people when they ask me this question is that it's so important to have a really good staff, a team who work together, because actually someone who stands behind the bar, it's a lot more complicated than pulling a pint. You have to be a diplomat at times, you have to be a bouncer at times, you have to be funny, you have to be quick-witted, you have to be smart, think on your feet, problem solve. And I think that is something that's underestimated in hospitality. I think, you know, like most people, we find out about the new trends that are hitting the industry via various publications that we get sent. Often, we deal with salesmen all the time who are coming in, and pushing their products, be that a new ale or be that these seltzer, is that right? They're becoming very popular. I don't necessarily think it will work very well here, but there's these obvious trends going around. But yeah, just keeping your ear to the ground and reading what's out there and speaking to as many people as possible, I guess. So I've always thought that people asking for Coke and red wine is weird, but I have subsequently been educated that it's a very popular drink in Spain. But the weirdest drink that anyone has ever ordered from me is a half of Guinness and a half of lager mixed. And he drank it. Mental, but no. Never the same.